Hello. We are going to talk a little bit about paragraph organization and development, in particular, a type of academic paragraph that we like to call T paragraphs. Um, this is the type of paragraph that you are often writing in when you write essays, so in persuasive and expository essays and in research papers and what have you. So before we get started, why don't you look at your YouTube screen. You will find here a Google Doc link that contains a handout that will give you the information that you need to follow along with this little mini lesson, as well as some sample paragraphs that I would like us to work with as we proceed. So go ahead and why don't you either print that out or have it open on your screen so that you can manipulate it and follow along with it. So T is an acronym that refers to the three main ingredients, if you will, in this type of academic paragraph, and those are topic, evidence, and analysis. All three of these will generally be found in most paragraphs that you write when you write essays. There are a few exceptions, but generally speaking, most paragraphs in an academic essay will contain a bit of all three. So the T, of course, is your topic. The topic is the topic sentence, which you likely have been studying since elementary school. So that's like the main idea or the claim that your paragraph is trying to put forth. The topic sentence is going to focus the paragraph, and everything else in that paragraph is going to work to support the topic sentence. So a good thing to do when you are trying to gauge whether or not you have organized your paragraph well is ask yourself, does everything in this paragraph work to support the topic sentence? As well, topic sentences are going to be working overall to support the thesis of the essay or the main claim that the essay is trying to make. All paragraphs should have a topic sentence. And if they do not, then you should probably think about crafting one. The second element of T is your evidence, and evidence refers to the concrete details that you are using to support and develop the idea in your topic sentence. So this can be specific data, examples, quotes from experts, experiences, anecdotes, or other factual, concrete material that you're using to support the topic. Oftentimes you will use more than one piece of evidence in each of your paragraphs, which is a mark of a more sophisticated type of writing. And the third element of T is your analysis. Analysis is your personal commentary. So it's where you elaborate and explain and evaluate the information and the idea that your topic sentence has put forth. The analysis is what's going to connect your evidence and the information in the paragraph to the topic sentence and in turn to the thesis of the essay. You can also think about your analysis as the conclusions that you are drawing about your topic, and often that is your opinion or your argument, if you will. So go to page 2 of your Google Doc and you'll see some sample paragraphs, and we're going to work out which parts of these paragraphs are the topic, the evidence, and analysis. It's worth noting that there is no exact formula for the order that the T, E, and A must come in, although generally speaking, the T is going to occur pretty early on, and the evidence and the analysis are probably working together, intertwined, although there is no exact formula for the order that these elements must go in. So go ahead and bring up your paragraph samples on your Google Doc. So I'm going to read this paragraph, and when I'm done, you should pause the video and in some way mark this paragraph with what you perceive to be the T, the E, and the A. While many people in the world today believe they are real creatures, narwhals are, in fact, photoshopped inventions of Hollywood. These whales are always shown majestically swimming through Arctic seas and have become the subjects of many internet trends. Sadly, they do not actually exist because nothing that cool could exist. For example, Jedi Knights are one of the few things as amazing as a narwhal. They do not exist. Unicorns are also amazing and also do not exist. These two examples clearly show that any creature as amazing as a narwhal could not possibly exist in reality. If you have been taken in by this deception, now is the time to stop believing. So go ahead and pause the video and mark on your own document the T, the E, and the A. So here's the paragraph broken down. Let's see how well you identified each part. The topic sentence, obviously, in this paragraph is the first one. While many people in the world today believe they are real creatures, narwhals are in fact photoshopped inventions of Hollywood. That is the main claim that this paragraph is trying to make. And it is first, as is usually the case in most academic paragraphs. It then transitions into a little bit of evidence. So this next sentence is concrete, it's observable, it's something that is sort of a fact, that these whales are always shown majestically swimming through Arctic seas and have become the subjects of many internet trends. That's not my opinion, that's something that we can test and see. This next part is the conclusion being drawn from that evidence. Sadly, they do not actually exist because nothing that cool could exist. Certainly that it is assessing a level of coolness just shows you that it's an opinion. Here are a couple of examples that follow, and we consider these examples to be evidence, although they may be logical fallacy in this kind of facetious example. They're offered as examples, so we'll consider them to be evidence. So the idea that Jedi Knights and unicorns are also amazing and do not exist is being offered as evidence. And then in the red, we see the analysis of those examples. So it's saying what the two examples show, that these amazing creatures that don't actually exist are being offered as evidence that narwhals also don't exist. Obviously, this is a silly example, and its evidence is very thin, and its analysis is kind of silly. Nevertheless, you see how concrete details are sort of separated from the commentary. So let's try this with a more academic paragraph. Go back to your Google Doc and read through the second paragraph on the handout that is actually taken from a more research-based academic source. Go ahead and pause the video now and mark on this paragraph where you see the T, E, and A, and then we will look at that broken down together. So go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, so let's see how we did here. So in this paragraph, as is the norm, the topic is established in the first couple of sentences. As you can see, I've actually highlighted part of this topic sentence in blue because it's actually including some of the concrete evidence as its claim, saying what the research has shown. So we see sometimes overlaps between the T, the E, and the A. It's not always super divided. And then it goes into a conclusion that's being drawn from that research. So the assertion that teenagers have an immature brain that necessarily causes turmoil is completely invalidated when we look at anthropological research. Is the author of this article sort of explaining or elaborating on what the research shows? So it's coming out of that sentence just before it. And then here in the middle of the paragraph, it offers quite a bit of research and data right all together. It talks about what anthropologists have found and different studies that have been done. And then it goes into analysis to finalize the paragraph and really draws conclusions from that research. As you can see, there's a little bit of overlap here in purple, where for me it was really kind of using evidence and analysis together. It's drawing a conclusion, but it's talking about what a wealth of data shows. So for me, it was kind of both. And then the paragraph finishes up here with the conclusions, the evaluations, the explanations of the evidence, and it all connects back to the same topic sentence that starts the paragraph. So hopefully you have learned something important about organizing and developing essay paragraphs. Feel free to email me with any questions or come see me in office hours, and I can help you with your own academic paragraphs. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.